13 नवंबर से 20 नवंबर तक एक हफ्ते का जो है वो ऑड इवन फार्मूला जो है वो दिल्ली में जो है लागू किया जाएगा।
Delhi government has finally gone ahead and pushed the emergency button when it comes to managing the deteriorating air quality out here in the national capital. Yesterday itself, the Center for Air Quality Management had in fact suggested the Delhi government that they should go ahead and implement the odd even scheme out here in the national capital. And today, Gopal Rai, the Environment Minister of the National Capital, has gone ahead and in fact said that this odd even scheme would be implemented out here in the National Capital Region from the 13th to the 20th of November, which means that vehicles with only odd and even numbers would be allowed to ply on the roads on different dates. According to the dates, the vehicles would be checked. But yes, the biggest question in this entire scheme that still remains is that GRAP 4 has already been implemented out here in the national capital, which means that BS3, BS4 petrol vehicles have not been allowed to ply, which means that the number of vehicles on the roads is already less. Secondly, diesel vehicles are also banned out here in the national capital, whereas if you talk about the odd even scheme, the CNG and electronic vehicles will be allowed to ply over here. Now, a meeting has been called by Gopal Rai tomorrow, in which it would be discussed as to how they can make sure that this odd and even scheme is implemented to the T. Because yes, there are still a lot of question marks regarding the implementation of the odd and even scheme. Remember last year when this entire matter went to the Supreme Court came out and very clearly stated that there is little to no benefit that comes out from the scheme, and hence it should not be implemented as it increases the troubles for the local people out here in the national capital. But yes, this time around as well, the Delhi government has decided to go ahead and implement this. On the other hand, in some good news for the students out here in the national capital, all the schools, especially from class 6 to 9th and class 11th, would remain closed till the 10th of November, and they would be asked, these schools would be requested to shift to an online mode, which we already have seen has been a very successful mode for students for imparting education, as what we saw happening during the pandemic as well. So yes, these are few of the measures that has yet again been taken into consideration by the Delhi government, just to make sure that the health hazard that this pollution has become, this could actually be brought into control, and the people who are suffering from this pollution or who are at the brink of suffering from this pollution, because the AQI in the national capital has already remained above the 400 mark for the last 4 days, which means it has been continuously been remaining in the severe category for the last 4 days, which eventually means that people who are suffering from lung ailments and other chronic diseases, they would have to face the same issues, and hence increase in pollution would become deadly for them, and hence all these measures have been taken. Experts have already advised people to stay inside their homes, and especially those people who have chronic diseases in their lungs, they have been requested to use air purifiers within the limits of their homes as well. So yes, it remains to be seen how much of it will impact the kind of air quality that has already affected the national capital, the air quality that has already turned the national capital into a gas chamber. All these questions remains to be answered, as within the next few days we are expecting the AQI to remain in the severe category itself, is what the IMD has already predicted. So yes, over the next few days, if at all these schemes that have been implemented or these measures that have been taken by the Delhi government will have any bearing whatsoever on the deteriorating air quality of the national capital.